Hello friends, and welcome to another episode of Kitchen Table Magic, where I showcase 60 card decks that are fun to play and fun to buy. I'm your host, and that one guy from your dreams with the bug face, Aiden. This is another blue-white aggro deck. This one that I gave to my friend Carlos a couple of years ago. Shout out to Carlos if you're watching. This is Party Crashers. Now this deck revolves around the party mechanic, which if you don't know, is basically counting the number of creatures that you have until you have the 4 required types to have a full party. To have a full party, you need a warrior, you need a rogue, a wizard, and a cleric. Once you have all 4 of those, you have a full party, and that activates several of the abilities of your cards. Basically, in this deck, get those 4 out as soon as you can, and then just beat your opponent with everything you've got. I could sit here and explain what each one of the cards do, but I think that it will be better served just jumping straight into the games for this one, and I'll kind of explain as we go, so I'll see you there. So for Arena, I did have to put one card in the deck that isn't in paper, and that is Angel of Unity. Oh yes, it is a dirty alchemy card, I know. Oh, we hates it, Precious. We hates it, I know. But it's so good in this deck, you just can't use it, especially because it slots perfectly into the 2-drop slot with Amoeboid Changeling, which is a card I'll go over in the outro. It's a 2-mana 1/3 flying lifelink. Whenever it enters and whenever you cast a party spell, choose a party creature card in your hand, and it perpetually gets +1/+1. You'll see in the games, this is a incredibly powerful effect and really helps. So I couldn't help it. So it may not look like it, but we actually have almost all of our party types here. Rogue, and Shapeshifter, which can fill any spot that we need. But Mage's Attendant also makes a wizard token, so we almost have a full party here. I'm going to go ahead and keep this, mostly because we have all our colors of mana. Okay, black into Knight of the Ebon Legion. Oh, I'm in the wrong spot. There we go. That should be better. Okay, let's play Hollow Fountain. I'm going to let that enter tapped. I don't think Concerted Defense is necessary right this moment. Although we'll see if I regret that. Nope, doesn't look like it. Okay. So let's play the island and get a... I'm going to do a Nimble Trap Finder since it can't be blocked. So this is a 2/1 human rogue. Can't be blocked if you've had another creature in your party, except cleric, rogue, warrior, or wizard, enter the battlefield under your control this turn. And if you have a full... well, it doesn't matter as much now, but if you have a full party, it gives all of your creatures, whenever they deal combat damage to a player, you draw a card until end of turn. So a very good aggro card. I'm gonna play Imposter because I really want to keep Concerted Defense up. Now that we only have one creature in our party, this is going to be counter target non-creature spell unless its controller pays 2. And that goes up with the number of cards we have in our party. Something to note is that even though this is a changeling, so it has all creature types, it still only counts as 1 slot in your party. It would be very OP if it counted as all 4, but they need to be all 4 different creatures. Okay. Pumping the Knight. Do we trade here? No, we can get some like the Spoils of Adventure, plus we really want to be the aggro. Okay. I'm going to play that, and we're going to Mage's Attendant, which will bring us up to 3 members of our party, almost a full party. And let's swing with our Imposter. Okay, I'm kind of hoping that they play something, a non-creature spell here, just because them pumping the Knight and hitting us hurts. It's not the end of the world, but I'm probably going to take a hit. Ah, here we go. This doesn't... Is there something I'm missing? They don't have any creatures in their graveyard. Okay, well, I'll take it. Maybe they were just trying to draw out a counter spell, or for me to use my wizard. So Nimble Trap Finder is a good draw, but we really need that cleric type. So I'm actually going to Spoils of Adventure. Still no cleric. Well, We'll play our Trap Finder and hope we find a Cleric next turn. In the meantime, is it worth holding back? We're not really taking enough damage. Also, unfortunately, we don't have a mana up to counter something like that. Okay. So, for those of you who don't know, Bolas' Citadel is a 6-mana artifact. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. Rude. Play lands and cast spells from the top of your library by spending life, like they're doing right now, instead of paying its mana cost. Okay. I am going to swing here. I have to. This hugely puts them on the back foot. And I don't think they're going to block here either. This means that their Bolas' Citadel is very, very risky to use, because they're going to be at a very low life total. And I'm going to have basically 5 mana to play with, so I can Mage's Attendant and Nimble Trap Finder. Also, Otawara, hold that up. Do I think that's worth it? No, I think just having blockers is going to shut them down, especially because I can make my Trap Finder unblockable. Yeah, we'll just hold up Concerted Defense. As far as they know, I'm just holding up, sacrificing one of these wizards. Okay, Vindictive Vampire. Whenever another creature you control dies, it deals 1 damage to each opponent and you gain 1. Bold. I don't know that they survive this. I'm just gonna block here. That way we don't kill any of their creatures. I wonder what their play is. Well, we'll channel Otawara, bounce this Vindictive Vampire, and swing in. We didn't even need to get a full party, or really any benefit from the party. Just a couple of beefy creatures was... well, semi-beefy creatures even was enough to do it. So in this hand, we only have 2 creature cards, Angel of Unity and Squad Commander. I'm going to go ahead and keep it mostly for the lands. It's always nice to have good lands. We actually only have 22 in our deck, so it's fairly important that we have good lands in the opener. Play Angel of Unity. I'm just going to go up the chain, so I'll buff Mage's Attendant. I'll play Mage's Attendant next turn to buff Squad Commander. Ooh. Imposter of the 6th Pride. I'm actually going to play this now, because seeing this color combo really makes me think that they're going to have non-creature spells. Oh. Well, I'm even more likely to believe that they're going to play non-creature spells now, but at the same time, they could not. I guess they've got interesting choice. They've got gates, so they could just be gates. So we'll see if I'm countering a Gates Ablaze here. Yep. There we go. Maybe I should have sacked. No, they had the 1 mana to pay for the wizard, so... Okay, can we win here? 3... So this can give all creatures... Since we have a full party, it gives all creatures +1/+0 and indestructible. So if we swing 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 1 off. But we also don't have... If we get swept again, that's kind of very bad. You know what? I'm just gonna swing. We're gonna force them to figure out how to manage the board, and we can always Spoils of Adventure if they do manage to sweep us, which they could very well be doing. Okay. So I'm gonna do this now, because if we draw another Concerted Defense, then we're going to be doing very well. Okay, we did not. I'm just gonna go ahead and sack this wizard and make sure they don't have a use for that mana that they have floating, but... Okay. So let's Hengegate Pathway, Archpriest of Iona, which gets stronger, and then then we're going to Squad Commander, which is now a 4/4, make 1/1s. So we're threatening lethal again. Do you got another board wipe? They do. That's okay. We've got other things to do. Another Squad Commander, in fact. So Tazri can give us some very expensive digging. I think I'm not going to do anything yet. I'm going to do Squad Commander because this will almost threaten lethal. We're at the point where, you know, spot removal really hurts, but they're only at 5. So I think they're going to have to start running out of answers soon. Well, soon does not mean now. I will take that action. I'm not happy about it, but I will. Man, they haven't even played anything for my Journey to Oblivion to hit. Okay, so they've got no lands in hand, and they're seeking a non-land. Ugh. This is so many Journeys to Oblivion, oh my god. Wow. The animation on Tazri gets me every time because it's such a medium card. I know people play it, well, not this Tazri, there's a different card that they play as just a 5-color commander. But it just seems like such a over-the-top animation for a kind of underwhelming card. Okay, so they're trying to win with Maze's End, which says for 3 mana and tap it, you return to its owner's hand, search for a gate card. Then if you control 10 or more gates with different names, you win the game. 3, 6, they're at 8, so they're getting there. They're getting pretty close. I need to start hitting them, so I'm gonna Journey to Oblivion and Arboreal Graveyard. Honestly, it feels pretty bad, but I don't know that we have a choice. Just have to force them to have it. I mean, they have had it at almost every phase of the game so far. They board wiped us 3 times. We'll see though. With Maze's End, that does mean you can run a lot of board wipes, and they used Gate to Tumble Down to seek a non-land card. So they've got a lot of mana. They're at 7. What are they doing? Primeval Titan, maybe? Hydroid Crisis. Oh my god. Well, we're gonna Journey to Oblivion that for sure. Although, I don't know. That's tough. I mean, we're back to presenting lethal. But they just drew 5 cards, so we'll see if we survive. Good news is, if the Hydroid Crisis comes back, like if they blow up both our Journeys to Oblivion, it's a 0/0, and so it dies right away. Doesn't gain them any life or any cards. Okay, they're making green again. Open the gates. You know what? They're at 8. If they get the right gate here, they can... Oh, well, now they're just showing off. Yep, that's 10 different gates, so they activate their Maze's End and they win the game here. Oh? Maybe they don't see it? If they cast one more spell... Ah, that's it. Well, good job, opponent, for winning with Gates Ablaze. It's not as easy as that opponent made it look. I've definitely tried it before, and I've actually given up on a Gates deck because it just didn't do what I wanted it to do. So this is an interesting hand. It has our mana, which is great, and we have 2 Linvalas, which is legendary. I would normally consider mulliganing this, but Linvala specifically has an ability that lets us sacrifice her to give all creatures hexproof or indestructible. So we're actually okay with multiple Linvalas. That's why there's 4 in the deck, because she protects, well, everyone. She is the shield of Seagate, after all. Alright, Seachrome Coast is a great draw there, so Archpriest of Iona doesn't cost any life. Definitely playing the island next, hoping to catch him off guard with a concerted defense. Ooh, another Seachrome Coast. Alright. That feels pretty good. Now, hopefully I can stop a ramp spell. This is, right now, a 1 mana counter target non-creature spell unless they pay 2. Ooh. That's not great. This is a dirty, dirty alchemy card here. 2 mana 1/1, Thopters get +2/+0, and at the beginning of your upkeep, conjure a card named Ornithopter into your hand, which is, for those of you who don't know, that's a 0 mana 0/2. So it's now a 0 mana 2/2. Well, let's play Linvala. Linvala's big enough to block Ornithopters, and we'll just swing in with our Archpriest. Yeah, they're not blocking. Next turn, we're going to play the Waste and maybe Journey to Oblivion. This Thopterist, we kind of need to get rid of it. Because it's turning all of their really bad 0 mana creatures into things that are significantly better. Now, our opponent doesn't know it, but them not bouncing or killing or whatever it is that they have to do with their mana right there could really come back to bite them. Oh no, they're gonna counter, but because we untap and have a party, we can counter that unless they pay 3. And they can. So we get to get rid of the Thopterist, making their Ornithopter a mere 0/2. And they're probably not blocking. Never mind. Oh. Wow. Okay. Did not see that coming, but they're down to a nice even 15, so they got 3 turns unless they put up some kind of defense. Which they did not. Well, let's see what they do. Enduring Curiosity. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Is it worth using Spoils? Well, I can't counter it anyways. Is there a 1 mana spell I could draw here that changes anything? No, but I can actually cast it. Might as well. Concerted Defense is good. And another Archpriest of Iona. Yeah, I'm not gonna block. I'm just gonna let that happen. Do I play the Archpriest here, or do I hold up Concerted Defense? I think I'm gonna hold it up. They don't have enough mana for it to be bad yet. Yeah, they're gonna draw a card. If you haven't seen, this cycle from Duskmourn is really, really good. It is Duskmourn, yeah. Unable to scream. Lose all abilities and they're a toy artifact creature. Am I okay with that? I mean, I can't counter it, so I might as well. It still counts as a wizard. Okay. We like that. Let's play that on white, might as well. Imposter the 6 Pride into Archpriest. The more they let us resolve, the better our counterspell gets. But maybe they don't know we have it. Okay, do I play another Linvala? I think I do here. No, because I won't be able to hold the mana up. I think that's pretty important at this point. Might as well hold it back as a blocker. I will definitely block this Enduring Curiosity with it, though. Defense of the Heart. At the beginning of your upkeep, if an opponent controls 3 or more creatures, sacrifice it and search for 2 creature cards. We're gonna counter that. Because that is a gross card. That stick there, I think they must have something to do with the 1 mana, maybe a Spell Pierce. If we had the mana to pay for it, maybe they just have a bounce spell. Oh. Ooh. Another Linvala I think is a bit excessive, but it's not too bad. I'm gonna choose this one. Once we get a full party, it's much better. Either way, right now we can kill the Enduring Curiosity with any of these creatures that attack, so we're gonna go ahead and do it. Slip out the back. The timing on that's a bit off. They should have blocked with it first, and then before damage, use Slip Out the Back, so they could have gotten a free block. If you're ever playing Slip Out the Back, it's a free block if you play it right. I don't know that our opponent knows what they're doing. They're drawing a lot of cards, yeah, but we have lethal. Unless they have a bounce spell. Well, okay, now we don't quite have lethal. But that was very, very close. The World Tree making a whole bunch of mana for them. I'll let that bounce. That's fine. Just play it again. Oh my god, that's all 4 Linvalas. You know, at the beginning of this video, I said, at the beginning of this game, I said I was okay with drawing multiples of Linvala. I really didn't mean 4. I meant 2. So, yeah. Oh, okay, we're getting into the big guns here. Vein Ripper, 6 mana, 6/5. When a creature dies, target opponent loses 2 and we gain 2. I meant to block, I did not want to sacrifice it. So what we really need right now is a full party, because that will help a lot. I could attack with all of them, sack Linvala to give them all indestructible, and get in a little bit of damage that way. But when a creature dies, they gain 2. And I'd only be doing a net of 1, and I'd lose all my blockers. Let's not. Let's keep up Linvala's protection. We're at 14, we're not doing too badly. But we're definitely on the back foot now. Ooh. And they can get back their Thopterist here. We very much need a rogue or a warrior. Gaining a life and destroying the enchantment, yep. Yeah, they should attack here. Interesting. Okay. So there's still the potential for us to win here, but really we need to complete the party right now. And an Archpriest doesn't do it. How do we get out of it here? How do we survive? Block. Block, block, block. Take 7. We'll lose all of our stuff. They're at 12. And anytime a creature dies, they lose life. Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure they've got this, but let's play it out and just see how it goes. We'll concede if our opponent starts doing crazy stuff too much. Okay. Well, that's gonna do it immediately, so we're not even gonna stick around, give them satisfaction. That was a fun game, though. I think our opponent had a very interesting deck. So, this hand isn't so bad. We've got Wizard, Rogan, Wizard, Warrior. We're just missing Cleric, but it's too expensive, especially on the draw. This hand isn't great, but I can just put a Journey to Oblivion away, and hopefully we'll draw more of our party. Well, there we go. To be fair, it's kind of hard to not hit the party cards in this deck, because almost every card is, at least every creature. I'm really hoping they don't kill it, thank you very much, so we can hold up Concerted Defense. I almost wish I'd played a Deserted Beach there to try to draw out a removal spell. Well, no, then I wouldn't have had to. Okay. That seems a little desperate to me, using a Gaia's Cradle immediately to draw a card. I guess they know we're not mill. Guy's Cradle, by the way, you play against someone who plays mill, this is the trolliest card. It just says you don't lose by mill unless they have exile. If they do, it kind of sucks. Well, for you, but... why did I do that? Okay. Should we Linvala? I think so. We gotta get our party up. We gotta get those party numbers up. Spoils to Adventure is a really good card because it doesn't need to have a full party to be good. Ooh. Do I shock in a Hollowed Fountain to try to play Squad Commander? I think I do, because I think once Squad Commander's out, making all those bodies, that makes Linvala a very good protector spell. And that means if they don't remove anything, they're dead on board. If we'd had 1 more mana for Concerted Defense, that'd be Chef's Kiss, but as it is, we can kind of protect our stuff pretty well with Linvala. Oh. Okay, and it doesn't look like we'll need to. Our opponent just didn't have what it takes to stand up to the aggro. Unless there's something I'm missing. That's 1 colorless for them to stop themselves from dying. So we'll make it quick. Well, we tried. This hand is decent. We've got 3 out of the 4 party types, and a nice 2, 3, 4 curve. This will actually cost only 3, so that's pretty nice. Tazri is a one-of, because, frankly, I'm on the fence about how good it is. The ability down at the bottom, which costs hybrid blue, hybrid black, hybrid red, hybrid green for us, really means that it costs 7 to look at the top 6 and get 2. So it's definitely a card for your flooding out, but I think it's fun, and it can be a really cheap warrior. Really the only warrior we have is the 4 mana core, so it helps fill out the party, literally. Looks like our opponent is taking their sweet time figuring out what to do. Okay, we see a swamp. Well, no painless white, so we're just going to pay a life for Angel of Unity. Let's buff... You know what? I'm just going to make Tazri so big that they're not going to be able to deal with it. That's my plan here. Because I fully expect them to start killing things pretty quickly. Oh. Well, that could be a board wipe, so let's go ahead and get our Linvala out early. And we're going to choose Tazri, of course. I do have another Angel of Unity here, but I want to leave myself the opportunity to draw a really good... to draw a full party after we get our Tazri out. Poison the cup. So they will get to scry too, so instead I'm going to sacrifice Linvala, which is going to fizzle the spell, so they don't get that trigger. Now we Angel of Unity again. Why is it trying to tap like that? I guess it doesn't matter, we're not going to have anything to play. And now Tazri's an 8/10. So... you're kind of seeing why Angel of Unity is a substitute here. In the outro, I'll talk a little more about what Amoeboid Changeling would do if it was here, which I think is a little bit better, but... ooh, okay. Another Cleric. I'm gonna go for it. It's a little greedy of me, but I'm pretty much gonna wait until Tazri wins the game on its own. Foretell could be another Poison the Cup. It could, however, also be a Doom Foretold. So we'll see. Well, now they're just being a little sad. I'm gonna play my Squad Commander, make my Tazri now a, oh wow, a 12/14. And let's hit our opponent down to 12, so Tazri's lethal now. And they can only kill one thing. What'll it be? What'll it be? Poison the cup on the squad commander. Well, it's the biggest thing. Doesn't reduce my party size at all. Ooh, they're keeping on top. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. Okay, if I Spoils of Adventure here, I could hit a Concerted Defense, but it doesn't matter if I do it now. So let's see the not Doom Foretold. Let's see the Doom Scar, that's what it is. Let's see the Doom Scar. Okay, Blood Chief's Thirst, not a Doom Scar. Still have enough of a party to cast Spoils of Adventure. And they're letting it go. Well, Spoils now. Make them spend the mana. Or not. That's full party. That is full party. So, Mage's Attendant is really showing its stuff here. Tazri is already lethal, so we're going to take the Archpriest here. Might as well make that a big boy. So now, this is a rogue, and it makes a wizard. We have warriors, and we have clerics. So, a full party means, well, we full-on party. This is going to make Tazri even bigger. I mean, he's already an absolute unit, so it doesn't really matter, but... Okay, so Archpriest of Iona, at the beginning of combat on your turn, if you have a full party, target creature gets +1/+0 and flying. We're going to give that to one of our core warriors. So now this is 5. And if they kill our Angels of Unity, which they kind of want to... Ooh. Interesting. Sigrid, God-favored. Flash first action from God Pictures. When Andros exile up to one target attacking or blocking creature until it leaves the battlefield. Oh, that's a pretty good warrior. Honestly, wouldn't mind too much having that in this deck. Even without the protection from God creatures, which seems more like flavor or draft than anything. Decent warrior. And looks like it was too much. They were at 3. We didn't even get to play our 14-16 Tazri. This hand has a nice 2-3-4 curve that actually does give us a full party, so we're gonna keep it. Ganjo is one of those cards that I don't have and would really never buy in paper, but I play it in every deck on Arena instead of one basic. Shambling? Oh! Jumpstart Shambling Ghast. I don't know that I've seen that art before. That's pretty sick. Okay, do we hide the blue? Yeah, we'll hide the blue. Imposter the 6 pride. They could kill the Shambling Ghast and give this -1/-1. But we'll make them do it. That sets them back a treasure at least. What are they showing us? Orcish Medicine. Target creature gains lifelink or indestructible at end of turn and amass orcs 1. Interesting. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and Mage's Attendant, and I'm not gonna attack. So, because if I don't attack, I can Agonjo into Squad Commander, and we'll have full party briefly. Now the question is, do I Journey to Oblivion the Ghast to try to keep full party by keeping around the Imposter? They didn't have a counter, a sacrifice outlet last time. I'm gonna try it. Oh, they have something. Oh no. Hopefully it's something I can counter with the wizard. Oh, we kind of need the wizard though. Shoot. Well, getting down the Nimble Trapbinder is not bad. Oh, maybe they just have something to kill things. Killing the Mage's Attendant I'm fine with. long goodbye. On Imposter of the Sixth Pride, do I give up my wizard token? I think I do. I mean, imposters... Oh, it can't be countered. Oh. Well. Well, we get rid of the Shambling Ghast, at least. Kind of not worth it. I definitely wish I'd played the Squad Commander now. We could have made four bodies. As it is, we'll make 3 1/1s, which is decent. But we're kind of at a point where board wipe is bad news bears. Okay, Plains. Blightwing Whelp. 2/2 flying toxic 1. 1 black to give it haste. Whenever it deals combat damage to the player, seek a card with mana value equal to the number of poison counters that player has. Okay. So they got a 1 mana card. It's a little interesting that they wanted a haste up just for that, but I guess they don't want to block. All we need now is a cleric for that to really come back and bite them. Oh man, so many alchemy cards today, or at least over the past couple of days. You get a one-time boon with when you cast a Phyrexian creature spell, it enters with an additional +1/+1 counter and death touch. Draft a card from its spell book. Okay, so there's a spell book full of random Phyrexians, and then you buff them with that card. So it's draw a Phyrexian, and it's stronger. Some of these alchemy cards, I tell you. If you watch my last video, you'll see a game that the very first game, I think I kept it as the first game because there is, I don't even remember what the card is called, but there's just an absolutely bonkers alchemy card that, and speaking of absolutely bonkers, here we go. Okay, please don't kill this. Oh man. Come on, just one game. One game to do the full party thing. Every game so far, our opponent has either died or messed with our party before we were able to get it off. Oh, I think that means they don't have it. Pass to combat. They're doing something. I hope they flash something in that's not a... that doesn't remove things. Ah. Nuts. And they can pay for the wizard. Well, there goes our full party. I'm going to attack with everything. I will channel a Ganjo to kill this. Also, this is just a lot of damage. Getaway Glamour. I have not seen this card before. It doesn't seem good, frankly. We're just going to go ahead and Ganjo that. We don't need to because we have 2 rogues, but I'd like to keep up the pressure, and that's really going to help. Yeah, so they're down to 1. I guess I could have saved the Ganjo. They definitely need a board wipe here, or a land and concede. That's a perfectly valid play. We've got 3 out of the 4 party types, and a nice assortment of lands, so we'll go ahead and keep that. Opponent's showing us a mountain, and a potential turn 1 play. Okay, they're just gonna pass. I'm gonna play Deserted Beach, even though it's tapped because I don't have a 1 mana play. And then it lets us play Nimble Trap Finder without pain. Non-plotted Slingshot Show-Off. Interesting. Well, let's play the Nimble Trap Finder. We can't really do too much about that now. If they go too crazy, we might hold up a Ganjo next turn. But we'll see. More likely, they're just going to kill the Trap Finder and then hit us for 3 with the Slick Shot. They could do Monstrous Rage shenanigans, which would be bad, and we'd lose a lot of life. But we'll have to see. Ancestral Anger. It's now a 4/2. Let's see how far they can go. And they're gonna kill the Trap Finder, so that's not great for us. And they're gonna buff it up again, another Ancestral Anger. So turn 3, we're taking 10, 2, 9. Okay. Do I get Linvala out? Or do I hold up? It feels bad, but I think I have to hold up the Gancho. I'm hoping that they maybe just think I don't have anything because they're not going to see any kind of stick here. Yes, play it now. Okay. That's not really what we want to see. I guess Gutter Snipe is worse in multiple ways right now, so we'll kill the Gutter Snipe with the Slip Shot. Okay, so we're gonna play Linvala and Archpriest here. We pretty much have to block this Slip Shot. I mean, even if they just Reckless Charge, that's lethal, so we would need to block it. So next turn we can Squad Commander, which doesn't do anything, assuming that they do attack, which they should, and we trade with our Linvala. We'll see though, there are any number of cards they could have to which we're just dead. Just completely. Okay. Gutter Snipe might be one of those. If they have a turn like last turn. Yep. Oh, that's trample. Okay, and that's game. Okay. If you're ever in this spot where you're gonna win, like, no matter what, just please do everyone a favor and play fast. You're making it more painful than it already is. Especially if you're playing a deck like Mono Red that is just played so much. Now this is a hand. 2 Archpriests, 2 Nimble Trap Finders, Linvala. All we need is a warrior, and we're gonna have a very, very pleasant, full of party game. Oh no, are you gonna kill my Archpriest? Gonna cut it down? Or kick it off a roof? Let's see. Bloodshed Toast, okay. Well, that's one spell that could be a better removal spell later, so I'm not too upset about that. Plus we have another one. And 3 Nimble Trap Finders now. Wedding Invitation. I don't know that I've seen anyone play this outside of Draft. So that's an interesting choice. Mage's Attendant, decent. Would have liked a warrior and or a land. So the hard part now is Wedding Invitation is going to hold priority because technically they can target our creatures with it. Don't know why they would, but that's a valid option. Killing the Cleric gets us one step closer, or one step farther away, rather, from that full party. I'm going to go ahead and play this Nimble Trap Finder. And we'll swing in. Gotta stay aggro, but 2 lands, not really where we want to be, especially with this hand. That's very bad. I mean, luckily we just go around the Sheldred. Okay. So what that means is, do we Mage's Attendant? Or do we Linvala? Are we worried about a board wipe? No, because I think any board wipe also hits their Shelly. So I'm gonna Mage's Attendant here. I'm not guessing if they have something right now. Either way, these trap finders are unblockable, so we'll hit them for 4. And then they'll gain 2 because of Sheldred. Sheldred the Apocalypse is one of those cards that's like 50, 60 bucks for a good reason, because it just fits into everyone's favorite deck, which is mono black for whatever reason. So it's just very, very frustrating to play against, especially because you just see it everywhere, across every format. The only thing I'm glad of is that no one that I play with is mean enough to play it in person, thankfully. I'm gonna play Linvala here. We really kind of need some more party stuff going on, which this doesn't do. But this makes our trap finders unblockable, and I think the only way that... Well, we just need to draw good stuff right now, but they're not really playing non-creatures that I'm worried about. I think Linvala's enough protection for now. Plus, maybe they don't attack, because we could double block. Would I? Yes. Linvala and the Mage's Attendant are both dying to Sheldred, because they're... Oh. It's a lot of effort to draw a card. Gifted Aetherborn. A decent card. I mean, not something I'm particularly afraid of. Okay. So both Linvala and the Mage's Attendant, they're gonna give their lives to stop Sheldred. Oh. Okay. You're giving it lifelink. I don't love that. I mean, could be worse. Could be a lot worse. They could still have their Sheldred after this turn. But as it is, not great. They go back up to 19, which is something you don't want to see as an aggro deck. Another Mage's Attendant. I don't have 2 blue, so might as well, because they only get 1 play at this turn. Well, at least they're not gaining tons of life with the Sheldred anymore. And I can block the Gifted Aetherborn with the Mage's Attendant. Trespasser's Curse. I'm not too upset about that. We're gonna block here. Or I could double block this. It is making us lose 1 life at a time and then gain 1 life. I'm just gonna go here, I think. Do I take 4? I can't take 4. I can't. Tablet hurts so much right there. Okay. I'm gonna play another Ninja Trap Finder, and we're just gonna have to hold it back. Once we get a full party, we're gonna be drawing so many cards, it's not even gonna be funny. Sorry. Just gonna draw the cards, or just make them vampires, I guess. Yep.
You fight for me.
We're gonna block, or we're gonna die. Block. Ooh, that's a good draw. However, it also means that we can't attack. But do we have to attack the Sorin? We have to attack the Sorin. The one thing that we have that's kind of keeping us in this game is the fact that they're not drawing an obscene amount of cards. And while Sorin doesn't draw obscene amounts, he definitely draws cards. Let's see what they have. This could be it. All it takes is the right... Is that 1 enchantment that's removal, but also... That's removal, but also buffs vampires. I've seen it a couple times. There seems to be a vampire thing going around, because I've seen that card in the vampire theme or sub-theme quite a few times over the past couple of days. Oh, how terrible. Anyway. And here we kill it. it's only temporary because I want it so bad, but it kills us. I want it so bad, but it kills us. How do we not die? I don't know. I can't play it or I die next turn for sure. At least with this, there's doubt. Oh, they have lethal if they see it. They don't. They could have sacrificed this to put a counter on their vampire. Well, I got two options. I either go out to my own Archpriest or I let them attack me. We're gonna go out to our own Archpriest. We'll give him a good game. We'll give him a good game. Now, even with this deck, I don't think you can one land, one keep. We actually need a decent amount of land. This is good. This gives us full party. So let's Archpriest. Maybe I should have beached the Imposter, but I like giving ourselves the opportunity to draw the land. Soulscar Mage. Okay. That's not great. Means it's gonna be some kind of mono red prowess deck. Yep. A braid. Okay, at least two of them. So we're only taking two here. This means our concerted defense is going to be very good. Do I wait? No. Let's play Imposter, and let's get ready to counter, or unless they pay 2, so they currently, their 1 mana stuff's online, so I'm not going to block. Let's see what they have going on here. Skewer the critics. Is that worth countering? Yeah. They might not have anything else. Light up the stage. Okay. Quarry Steel Cutter. Ooh. That is a nasty, nasty card. If you haven't played against this card, you are fortunate because Quarry Steel Cutter is a menace. And you may be about to see it. Of course, it looks like we also might be about to see Embercleave, which is a menace that has been around for a very, very long time. I'm gonna block like this. If they do that, does Embercleave save their Soulscar Mage? It does. Am I okay with that? Is that worth it? No. No, I'll just let them Embercleave me. If they do, at least they can't also Quarry Steel Cutter. So it's not exactly a big brain play, but it's not too bad. They're gonna lose the Embercleave after this, so of course they double spell. So Quarry Steel Cutter is an equipment. It says whenever you cast your second spell each turn, you make a 1/1 prowess token and you attach it to it. Okay. Here we are. The end of the line. Hopefully for our opponent, because we now have full party Squad Commander. Squad Commander gives all of our creatures +1/+0 and indestructible. As long as our opponent doesn't concede here, we're about to see some party nonsense in just a moment. 1 damage. I'm not gonna block. They want that card. I'm not giving it to them. I was at 13. If they could have killed me with 1 card there, more power to them. I don't think they need it. They're mono red. Okay, here we go. So Nimble Trap Finder says, at the beginning of combat, if you have a full party, every creature has, when it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. So we are about to hit our opponent for a lot and draw a million cards. Not that it matters in this case, but imagine you were playing in a 4-player game and you swung at one person, where concession is at sorcery speed. So you would hit them with all these, draw all those cards, and be able to play whatever you wanted to finish off the next opponent. Welcome to the part of the video where I talk about what I really think of the deck. And this deck is a lot of fun. I know I say that about almost all of my decks, but this one specifically has a special place in my heart. It's honestly one of my favorite aggro decks of all time. Maybe even getting close to favorite decks. Maybe not quite, but it is a lot of fun, and the mind games of working around the party mechanic and the opportunities for new cards to come in that from different sets or just cards you enjoy playing that work with the party mechanic is great. It's almost like a tribal deck that works with 4 different creature types. So there's tons of potential for new cards in the deck, and it's just a lot of fun. I'm going to keep this outro short, but I did want to take a moment to talk about Amoeboid Changeling, which is a card they don't have on Arena. It's a 2-mana shapeshifter, 1/1. Doesn't really matter. It's Changeling, so it has every type, and you can tap it to give another creature all creature types until end of turn. This means that if you have Amoeboid Changeling out and another creature, you have 2 of any role that you need in a party. So you pretty much just need 4 different creatures to have a full party, which is pretty easy with Mage's Attendant and Squad Commander out. So it's a really fun part of the deck. It does slow it down a little bit not having the perpetual buffs like you saw in the Arena games, but I think that this makes the deck, it makes it much more consistent to hit party, and you're a lot more likely to have a full party before your opponent dies or board wipes you or something like that. In the sideboard here, we have just some extra copies of some of these cards. If you buy this deck, which you definitely should, depending on your play group, you'll want to kind of sideboard these in if you find you need more removal or more card draw and life gain, Spoils of Adventure. I have 4 copies of Universal Automata in the sideboard here. That's just a 1-mana changeling that can be cast with, one colorless. So if you find yourself where you really, really want party, you could throw a couple of these in, trim Concerted Defense, or even on the top end, Journey to Oblivion or Tazri if you don't like the big butt as much as I do with that 4/6. Thanks for watching to the end of the video. If you liked this deck or this video or just my content in general, then consider liking the video or subscribing or leaving me a comment letting me know what you liked or what you want to see more of, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.